Hi, and welcome back to Miss B's Reviews. I know it's been a few days. I just haven't done any videos. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Miss B's Reviews. I'm here again with another video. I know it's been a few days since I've uploaded any videos. And this morning, my equipment is just not doing what it should do. So I'm recording in a different way. I'm recording on the selfie video on the front camera because my back camera is messing up and everything. So I don't know what's going on. Doesn't want me to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so first up, I'm going to do like a theme because I can't and I want to do a couple of them so that I can get them all in. So first off is Shayla and Anthony. So all week we've been seeing Shayla trying to pressure Anthony to live with her full time, her and Kai. She's been putting on this, you need to be a full time father. Kai needs to doesn't need to come from a broken home. He doesn't need to come from a single parent. All of these things, it would be so much better if you were here full time. So, really, Anthony has not been, Anthony's not really agreeing with her. He's agreeing, but not agreeing. So basically, all week, this is her thing. And then, so Anthony's really, he's focused on trying to get Amber back. So, in trying to get Amber back, he's been going over to Amber's. He's asked her out on a date. She declined. Then he offered to cook for her. So he cooked for lunch. He offered, like, okay, so can I cook you lunch? She let him cook her lunch. And then I guess they must have had a nice conversation or something because then he asked her, can I cook you dinner? And then he cooked her dinner. Now, after the dinner, I think he kind of thought he got some signals that she was softening up to him. And he tried her. He tried, he pulled her and grabbed her by the neck and kissed her. And she was like, nah, Anthony, we're not having that. We're not doing that. We're still getting a divorce. And she did let him stay at the house for the night, which was crazy. But she let him spend the night at her house. I don't understand. My thing was, she's like, you can sleep on any couch. Okay, why would he have to sleep on the couch? You guys have that big old house. I'm sure you have more than one bedroom. I'm sure there's some guest rooms, and there's a big old guest house. Why is he sleeping on the couch? But of course, the next morning he wakes up and he's sleeping at the couch outside of their master bedroom. I don't know, what that area is, but he's right outside their master bedroom. Anthony, come on now, you know better. You could have slept anywhere and been gone when she got up that next morning, and it wouldn't have even been all that. But he was trying. But Shayla don't know what's going on. And of course, Shayla that night, Shayla goes to Piari's house because she's looking for Anthony. So she's back over at Piari's house, and Piari's like, I don't know where he is. He's not here. You haven't seen him? And she's like, well, no, I don't know. So weird. Why isn't a man home this time of night? Shayla, he's not your man. So he's free to be in the streets however long he wants and where he wants to be. He's not required to be at your house. And he's almost a single man. So he doesn't have to be in the house even at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. And why are you in the streets running or riding around that time of morning? And you're a mother. I'm a mother. Why are you in the streets? Where's your child? Because we don't know where the baby at. So yeah, he can be in the streets. But yeah, she's flipping out, and she's like, well, she's at that point. Shayla is at the point where a lot of women get, where they feel the man slipping away. They feel him like he's not really present in the relationship anymore. And they start to try to forget, get desperate. I'm gonna say desperate. You get desperate. She's like, women, they get desperate. They really push harder into the relationship, trying to be with him, trying to do, please him, trying to do things so that, to kind of make pull him back, not knowing that when men get to this stage, it's, one or two things: he's ready to go, or he's pulling back so that he can figure out what it is that he really wants to do. Well, either way, he's pulling back, but he's trying to figure out what it is that he really wants. And if he wants to be with you, he's coming back. But if he doesn't want to be with you, he's done and he's moving on. And Anthony is really done and he wants to move on. The only problem is that he can't go because of Kai. So go figure. But yeah, Zachary has told her, they're having a conversation. Zachary's told her he's with Amber. He probably went to see Amber. True, he did go see Amber. But Shayla didn't know that. So here she goes again. Middle of the night, she's at Peory's house. Anthony's there that night. And guess what? She tries to make him come with her. Oh, and I forgot, the day before, she told him he couldn't leave the apartment, and he sat down and he didn't go. She's like, Anthony, you're not going anywhere. You are not leaving here. And he got up to stand. He stood up to leave, and she stood up and told me, just what? You ain't going nowhere. You try to go to that door and see what happens. I was like, oh, Shayla, what you gonna do, girl? I was saying, Anthony, go to the door. Walk, 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 go to the door. Because I wanted to know what she was gonna do to the man if he walked to the door. But in any event, I guess he stayed, and then later on he left, and Zachary was there, and then Zachary then put all that stuff in her head. So she goes back over to PR, is trying to force him to come back home. He doesn't come back home. And then the next morning, he comes to the house, pulls up. That's this morning skit. And she meeting him in the parking lot. Now she's gonna ask him about Amber. Oh, are you messing with Amber? And he's like, of course, yeah, I talk to Amber. I have to. And she's like, no, are you messing with Amber? Of course, he lies and tells her no, blah, 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 blah. And then he says, okay, well, I'm getting ready to go upstairs and see my son. And she says, no. Oh, you gonna take me to go get something to eat. Shayla is funny like that. She switches on and off real quick. So she always wants to go get something to eat. She argues, she does this flip, and then she wants to go get something to eat. So we don't know what's going to happen with Shayla, but her and Anthony, but this is going to be very toxic. We already have Erica and them out here we got a couple of toxic relationships. Please cut this toxicity off, because we can't take more toxic. It's already as toxic as it should be. These two. But yeah, I did find two old videos that I'm going to put together and put them out, because it tells you how Shayla, foresees what Shayla was going to do later on, because she was crazy then. She was absolutely crazy a year ago. But anyway, this video has gone on pretty long, and it was a week's worth of videos, so it would go on pretty long. But I thank you for stopping by. Please like and subscribe, and come back again. See you next time.